Good morning, everyone. Here we are going to start with the subject anesthesiology. These videos are being recorded for the PG medical graduates and those who are studying anesthesiology now at the moment, who are studying anesthesiology at the moment. So we are starting with introduction to anesthesiology. This is a slide by Department of Anesthesiology and Intensive Care, BLDE University, Karnataka, India, by Dr. Narendra, PL, MD, PDF, CCF, RC, and so on. So, this is a setup of a doctor in an OT. There's a curtain that separates an anesthesiologist and the surgeons. Anesthesiologist, as you can see, is working on a machine that might be controlling the patient's vitals, maintaining him on the drugs that are given, and helping the surgeon with the surgery. So, meaning of anesthesia. Greek, an. An means without, and aesthesis, that is sensation, refers to the inhibition of sensation. The Oxford Dictionary says the insensitivity to pain, especially as artificially induced by the administration of gases or the injection of drugs before surgical operations. Origin of anesthesia word was by Sir Ollivander Wendell Holmes. The letter of anesthesia. Holmes wrote, "Everybody wants to have a hand in a great discovery. All I will do is to give a hint or two as to names, or the name to be applied to the state produced and the agent. The state I should, I think, be called anesthesia. This signifies insensibility, more particularly to the objects of touch." Some basic questions that might arise. I am a student slash intern. I don't need to learn anesthesia. I'm not specializing in anesthesia and I'm keen to learn, but I think it's very risky. So, why should I know it? First of all, it's the airway skills, the life saving skills. You might require them at any point of time, at any place, which might be definitely helpful. Maybe to save your loved ones. Expertise in IV access and life saving. CPR is life giving. So, you might also get to know some knowledge of general anesthesia, local anesthesia, pain relief, whatever you may practice. So, moving on. Thus, anesthetic skills are life saving and pain relieving. Learning is a must for every doctor. Definitely, we should never stop learning. So, here we're going to discuss about the scope of anesthesiology, roles of anesthesiologist. CPR. Here in this picture, you can see two doctors, one holding a mask doing bag and mask ventilation, and other doing defibrillations. So, what are the areas of practice of anesthesiology? First, clinical anesthesia. Second, pain management. Third, intensive care and respiratory care. And fourth, the CPR. In clinical anesthesia, you can work in an operating room, in a radiology department, like helping the technicians with CT, MRI, etc. A cardiac laboratory also can be included where you might be doing helping catheterization, EPS insertion of AICD at PCD. So the clinical role of anesthesiologists are in OR, RR, LR and ER, labor room RLR, ER emergency room. I think RR, I don't know, let's check it out. ICU, ward, respiratory care unit, pain clinic, CPR team, EMS, intravenous team. So, multiple roles, very important roles for an anesthesiologist. The role of anesthesiologist. The anesthesiologist is the perioperative physician. Perioperative. From surgical anesthesia to critical care medicine and pain medicine. Administrative coordinating roles. So, what was the evolution of anesthesia like? In early records by Sumerians, opium poppy was used in 3400 before Christ. The Shishista Samhita, wine with incense of cannabis for anesthesia. In 8th century after death of Christ, Arab traders had brought opium to India and China. So here in the picture we can see an opium plant. In China what happened? Let's see. Hu Tao after death 1452 220 2nd century AD by mixing wine with a mixture of herbal extracts he called Mephasian. So here's a picture. Then moving on to primitive anesthesia. In ancient civilizations, opium, poppy, coca leaves, and mandrake root alcohol. Regional anesthesia in ancient times, compression of nerve trunks or application of cold cryo. So, Middle Ages and the Renaissance. 1200 to 1500 AD in England, a potion called dwale was used as an anesthetic that contained bile, opium, lettuce, bryony, and hemlock. In 19th century, Crawford Long, 1842, employed ether as a general anesthetic for limb amputation and parturition. So, first successful demonstration we all know that is the reenactment of the first public demonstration of general anesthesia. So, World Anesthesia Day is 16th October. So, what is special about 16th October? On 16th October 1846, John Collins Warren removed a tumor from the neck of a local painter, Edward Gilbert Abbott. Warren reportedly quipped, "Gentlemen, this is no humbug." And that MGH Boston. So I want to know the full form of MGH. Regional anesthesia. Sigmund Freud. He remembers physiology actions cocaine. Okay. Carl Kohler, cocaine ophthalmological surgery. So these were their contributions. The evolution of modern anesthesia, first with the inhalational anesthesia, then local and regional, then finally IV. So IV that we use nowadays. Birth of modern anesthesia. 1913, Cavalier Jackson used direct laryngoscopy as a means to intubate the trachea. So 1913, first intubation. Sodium pentothal, first used in humans on 18th March 1943 by Ralph M. Waters. In 21st century, there was the digital revolution, where